So, America, if they send their military to a country, it's because we want to steal their natural resources and overthrow their democratically elected government, install a puppet so our capitalists, which actually run our government, can extract wealth from that country. That's if you read Confessions of an Economic Hitman or War is a Racket. If you know anything about the United States military's history since it started, that's all we do. And now, watch this. This is the U.S. Southcom commander. And she's talking about Latin America's natural resources that are so rich in resources, it's off the charts. She says 60% of the world's lithium is in the region. You have heavy crude. You have light sweet crude. You have rare earth elements. You have the Amazon.
A juicy booty on that South America.
Yes. You want to hear her? Here she is.
This region is so rich in resources. It's off the charts rich. And they have a lot to be proud of. And our competitors and adversaries also know how rich in the resources that this region is. 60% of the world's lithium is in the region. You have heavy crude. You have light sweet crude. You have rare earth elements.
And we have a military that's going to get all those for our capitalists in America.
She will be mine. Oh, yes.
Who is she? She's General Laura Richardson. She's dual military family, wife, mother, sister, daughter. Now, I don't know if you know this, but she misspelled dual. She used so dual, the way she means it, is spelled D-U-A-L. But the
she fights other military families.
But the way she spelled it means she's fighting other military families, her wife, her mother, her sister, and her daughter. She's dueling.
That's the list of people she's beaten in a fair duel.
She's dueling. So that's who this is, and that's what she's saying. Let's go look what. If this was a Russian general speaking like this about Ukraine and any other neighboring country, it wouldn't leave Twitter for a month. So this is not going to make a dent on Twitter. So her saying all this crap is not going to make a dent on Twitter. And it won't make a dent in our culture. It won't make a dent in our corporate news media. It won't become something that we talk about in our cultural consciousness. It's something that we repress.
Well, then when we, go in to free them or whatever, you'll see this pop, I guess this will pop up back again on your show. This clip when we're going in.
We got to bring some democracy to the Amazon. That's what they're going to say. General Richardson wants to solve Venezuela democratically.
Oh, man. Don't make me come down there and democratically solve your shit.
Having this resolved peacefully and democratically is obviously where we want to go with Venezuela. And I meet in Venezuela or in Miami a lot.
Obviously, we have to say that we care about democracy in Venezuela, even though we undermine it at every turn, because when they have democracy and they elect people, we don't like how it turns out. So
our plans for Venezuela and Havana are as diverse as the breakfast tacos of San Antonio.
Of the different diasporas in Miami, there are a lot of folks from Venezuela in Miami, and a lot of them still have family in Venezuela.
And a lot of those people were the rich ruling class who don't like democracy, just like the rich ruling class from Cuba also left when the revolution happened, and they came to the United States, and they've wanted the United States to overthrow the government in Cuba ever since. So she's pretending like the people in Venezuela, from Venezuela who live in Miami, are representative of the people who still live in Venezuela. They're not. That's why they left Venezuela.
Even when Chavez got in, and I remember he was like remember he did all kinds of bad stuff, like say George W. Bush was the devil.
Yeah.
And but he was voted in. Like they couldn't say like he took over or something. He got voted in. Like there's no.
But they try to say he wasn't. They always say the elections weren't legit. That's what they do.
Well, that's. I mean, they
Right.
should be barred from YouTube for
They
saying
should- they
an
should be- if you
election's
say
not
that-
legitimate.
That's right. If you say that in
And if that situation could be resolved.
So General Richardson of the U.S. War Pig Southern Command Post, tasked with maintaining U.S. military and economic control over South and Central America, thinks that Venezuelans in Miami represent the democratic will of the Venezuelan people.
As you know,
Go ahead.
as you know, we believe that Cuba is represented by that one fat chick on The View represents all the. Do you know that? Do you know the one I'm talking about? That who her dad had a plantation in Cuba.
I will
And now
have
she's
to.
on,
I will have to denounce you for referring to her weight.
Oh well,
I have
they
to-
called them war pigs. I mean, that's a mean.
I like war pigs. I like war pigs.
Just because our military's put on a little weight, I don't think you have to shame it.
But for all those people on The View who thought that, hey, you just have women. If women ran the world, we wouldn't have wars. I point to you. I point to this war pig right here.
I was like, why? Because they would never have the camaraderie to form a standing army. But
So if you think that women aren't as evil, bloodthirsty, and warmongering as men, you're wrong. If you thought women couldn't be just as horrible as men, you're wrong.
you're sexist, is what you are.
You're being sexist. You're saying that women can't shatter that glass ceiling of being war criminals. They can. They've already done it.
Look at how she just can't wait to dig into that.
Yes.
To dig into that South American lush rainforest.
Wow, they've got all these minerals and shit just sitting there.
It sounds like an old Spanish thing. Like they should have conquistador hats while they talk about it.
It sounds like she's be saying, "Wow, you got a lot of rare earth minerals underneath. What's it all doing underneath our land? What's all our oil doing underneath your land? That's it. That's how they would
Yes.
say it. Hey, what's all our rare earth minerals doing underneath your land? We got to go get them." So, look at that, a bloodthirsty war maniac with a vagina. Isn't that nice? Oh boy. And that's it. She can be a woman and be the worst person in the world, as Keith Olbermann used to say. And that's something. I was taught that women, just like nerds and gay people, were incapable of doing evil. That's what I thought.
Yeah. You thought she was sugar and spice and everything nice.
Yeah, I thought that's why I thought Rachel Maddow couldn't lie. But turns out, your sexuality doesn't have any relationship to your morality. None.
No, she's into puppy dog tails and snails or whatever.
Back here in Los Angeles, Bakersfield, Indianapolis, Louisville, Cincinnati, Tulsa, Oklahoma City. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for all the tickets for all our shows.